Hi, I'm Neil Enoch and welcome to Train Talk TV, the podcast about all things railroad. Today we explore the Kettle Valley Railroad's Mira Canyon trestles, tunnels, and rebuilt trestles. We have a clip from Wisconsin's recent Rail Fest. Conway Scenic Railway is having a pretty cool day out with Thomas. We've got some news items, and Hornby goes 1-to-1 gauge? In the early 1900s, Andrew McCullough pushed a railway across southern British Columbia. Fondly known as McCullough's Wonder, the railway encountered just about every engineering challenge you could imagine when building a railroad. While there's not much left today, hiking and biking trails abound. The most famous of these is Mira Canyon, with 18 trestles and 2 tunnels. Several of the trestles were destroyed in a fire a couple of years ago, but they've all been rebuilt to original specs. Have a look. It's quite a drive up to Myra Canyon. Signs of the 2003 fires are everywhere. There's an adequate parking lot, lots of room for cars, even restroom facilities. You'll need them when you get back. From the parking lot, you can see across the valley to one of your destinations, and you also get an idea of just how high up you are. Once you leave the parking lot, you're directly on the roadbed of the old KVR. The burned out trees from the 2003 fire are like sentinels watching you go by, but the rock cuts tell you you are on a roadbed. The big feature, though, is the trestles. Though 12 of the 18 trestles were destroyed during the 2003 blaze, the Mira Canyon Trestle Restoration Society, the organization responsible for setting up the walkways in the first place, had them all rebuilt, with government participation, of course. I believe it was $13 million. Now, I'm not much of a cyclist. I may have been in younger days, but I'm not much of a cyclist now, but I really enjoyed this ride, and I didn't know what to expect when I went. I was really looking forward to rather see a train on there, but since there's no train, I kind of wondered how it would be. It was pretty awesome. Now, we did come to be in this area for a family vacation, so it was kind of nice to find something trainish we could do that the family would enjoy.
Hi!
Hello.
This is one of the ones they rebuilt.
There are 2 tunnels on the stretch between Mira Station and Ruth Station, the 12 kilometers that are part of the Mira Canyon section, and you come up on them rather suddenly, and it's quite a trip to cycle through them. The old fire barrel stations on the trestles are now lookout points, and they make great vantage points to take photos from as well. The old steel trestles only lost the decking during the fires, but they did lose all their decking. But the most amazing thing about this whole trip is around every corner is another trestle, as well as the views of the ones on the other side of the canyon.
Hang on to your cameras, eh?
If you have a look in the show notes, we've got lots of links to different places, kettlevalleyrailway.ca and some others that will lead you to and around the Kettle Valley Railway and Mira Canyon. About 2/3 of the way to Ruth Station, we stopped and posed for the obligatory family photo, the family cycling photo. And then we were on our way again. And yet, another trestle around the bend. This one, though, a little bit different. When I stopped at the lookout, I realized this was the trestle that you could see from the parking lot. So I took a moment to check and make sure that I hadn't left my lights on. This was another reminder of just how high up we were. That's the Kelowna Airport, way down below. It's not quite as windy as it sounds up here. That's just the wind noise on the camcorder mic. But as a test, you might want to try cycling one-handed across a railway trestle with a camcorder in your other hand and holding it steady. If that's not your thing, I still highly encourage you to get out and take in the Kettle Valley Railroad and especially Mira Canyon. It's incredible what they had to do to get a railroad through here, and it's obvious at pretty much every turn. The family seemed to have a really good time, but I thought I'd better check with the wife just to be sure. So I stopped up ahead, a couple of trestles up ahead, just before the end of the ride, and I asked her what she thought of it.
This is fun.
Yeah?
Yay!
One of our viewers, Lars Anderson, visited Wisconsin's Railfest 2011. He attended at David Gerke's open house and had a look at his riding railroad and garden railroad. You got to see this. Well, word is that David is having another open house August 2021, and we'll try and get you some details. Lars, thanks for the video. Keep them coming. In upcoming events, CP's Heritage Train is rolling across southern Alberta and southern BC with 2, 3, and 4 hour excursions. All the details are in our event listings. 2816 is no longer heading the train. Rumors are it's a broken axle. We'll try and get some details on that. If you're in Glassboro, New Jersey, the Strasburg Model Railroad Club, a display club, is having a train show and sale this weekend. And the Conway Scenic Railroad in New Hampshire is doing Day Out with Thomas. And here's a video clip. Looks like they do Day Out with Thomas real well. And if you're following our news feed, you know that China's been having a few bugs to work out of their new high-speed rail Bejing to Shanghai line, as power failures have plagued them recently. Now, there have been no accidents and everything's running safely, so I'm going to call that a win as they do their shakedown. Amtrack is on target to hit 30 million riders this year. That's a new record for them ever. And there are lots of events, schedules, releases, and excursions all over the place. Follow the news feed. We post about 100 a week. It's on the news link, traintalk.tv. Okay, we've got just one more, and we had to share this one. The title, Hornby wins contract for high-speed rail link. Check out the link in the show notes to read the whole thing. Hornby has emerged as the winner of a $33 billion contract to supply trains and infrastructure for High-Speed 2, a high-speed rail link between London and the north of England. Previously known as the manufacturer of tiny little trains for the tabletop market, the contract was awarded following Hornby's assurances that they could build low-cost, accessible transport networks in 1-to-1 gauge. The article just gets better and better. Follow it from the link in the show notes. Well, this episode is brought to you by Cribscape's collectible cribbage boards. Cribscapes are unique 3D cribbage boards carved from solid wood. They've got a railroad, of course, and a lighthouse and a golf course. And word is we may see a railroad board with an actual working train on it. Shh, it's a secret. Anyway, you can find Cribscapes at www.cribscapes.com. And if you're looking for a perfectly unique gift to get a train buff, you'll hardly find anything this unique anywhere else. Thanks for watching.